Hey everybody, good morning. Good Sunday morning. And how's everybody doing today? It is Sunday's last day of February. Last day of February 2021. And congratulations, you made it through February. It's usually the shortest month of the year, and it always feels like the longest. But anyhow, happy birthday week to Mr. Neil Sean. Got a couple things to talk about today. I'm going to talk about this guitar, which is brand spanking new with tags still on it, and it could be yours. And Neil, let's talk about Neil. Let's talk about just stuff, you know. Just talk about some viewer comments on my YouTube channel. These videos I post on my YouTube channel also, as well as Facebook. And I don't do the Instagram thing because I haven't got figured out the camera thing yet. So I might do that. But anyhow, you talk about Neil Sean as being a historian, history of the guitar. Why am I saying history? He's just a legend. That's why I'm saying. Okay. And talk about some viewer comments. I got a nice viewer comment from last week about my Iron Maiden Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. His name is Bud. Sorry if I'm getting your name wrong, but it's a pseudonym name, right, Bud? Anyways, he said I was spot on my my Iron Maiden analogy, and saying how much words to the effect. Basically, I don't think Iron Maiden. He said I don't think Iron Maiden cares too much, and I believe that's true. They probably don't, because Bruce Dickinson was pretty outspoken about what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was all about. But anyhow, another person in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is Mr. Neil Sean from Journey. Journey as a band is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All the members, I think all the members made it in. There's been a few members in Journey, and a little bit of bad stuff happened with Journey in the last couple of years, too. But basically, Neil Sean from San Francisco Bay Area, which Journey is from. If you know the song "Lights," sun shines on the bay, and all that kind of stuff. But Neil was a teenager when he ended up getting the gig in Santana, and he played with Carlos Santana. If you watch some old footage of Santana around the Woodstock era, around that time, Carlos has got the afro and playing the SG, that type of time. You'll see Neil Sean, a big afro, in those videos. And he played with Santana. Greg Raleigh, who was one of Journey's original members, keyboard players, and he also sang lead on some songs, just the same way, and a few other songs. But he's the lead singer on Black Magic Woman. That's his contribution to classic rock history and classic rock songs. And but Neil, yeah, he got through Santana and hooked up with Journey. Journey had a few albums before, I think a couple albums before Steve Perry joined him, and they became this commercial entity and an amazing part of the 80s commercial rock and rock and roll and stuff. He was a guitar player, more of a shredder. He had some amazing chops, as you know, like the "Don't Stop Believin'" lick in that too, which is, you know, amazing. He's got like a kind of a shreddy sort of lick in a pretty much a pop rock song, one of the biggest songs of all time. But yeah, if you listen to some of the Journey live albums, ripped pretty good. He opened for Van Halen opened for Journey in their early days, and Eddie used to see there's an old story about Eddie used to see him ripping out and warming up, and he said, "Hey man, why don't you play all that stuff on stage?" Eddie said to Neil, and Neil said, "Well, you can do it. The band's set up around you, and we have to play for the song and Journey, and then But he had his solo spotlight where he had his, he could riff out, and Neil can. So, basically, one of my biggest. I love the guy. I think he's amazing. I saw him couple years ago when the Journey and Def Leppard were doing the stadium tour, and just a singing guitar, and we saw him at Rogers Center, and just that Mesa Boogie tone through the entire dome. It was just incredible. Just a great guitar player. Don't Stop Believin' has probably made him mega millions. That band. He was never really in the public eye until The Sopranos used the song in the final episode, and then all of a sudden that song became huge. I think Glee used it too in that show, but nothing was bigger than The Sopranos final episode. And now if you watch his Instagram, you'll see that he's got millions of guitars and hot cars and big houses. But you know something? More power to you, man. If you made us happy with that song, Jonathan Cain himself too, writer of that song. Jonathan Cain's birthday was actually the day before Neil's on Friday, Saturday yesterday. But anyhow, kudos to Neil Schon for being part of rock and roll history and being a I'm gonna say, I know how I love my unsung heroes, but yeah, he is a kind of an unsung hero because his name's not right up there with the other guitar heroes out there of the day. I guess I turned my stuff off. Good morning. I hope everybody is doing well. And here's my coffee. Cheers, Tim Hortons, Canadian tradition. Cheers, everybody out there who's drinking coffee with me on Sunday morning. Wow, that's a lot of noise. Let's talk about this guitar. Before we do that, that lick in "Don't Stop Believin'," that. And I'm not going to tell a lie. I watched a Neil Schon video. But yeah, I actually and he mentions it in the video. I used to think it was. I thought I can't even do it. I thought he was doing four notes in a straight line when I first heard it, because it's pretty fast to be picking all those notes, and to do it all on one string would probably be easier if you have the reach. So. That's not it though. He plays it across two strings at the 17th fret for the E on the B string. So 17, 16, 18 on the G, and 16 on the G also. So the key to getting it speedy is downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. Alternate picking across the two strings, starting with a downstroke. You get that pick, what we call the pick hop, or the pick or string hopping. If you get an upstroke on the second note, your pick hops over the other string, so you get down on that. So you can get down on the G and play those two. Take the notes away. Anyhow. Yeah, so that's where it is, across two strings. This guitar is up for grabs. If you haven't been, I mentioned a couple weeks ago, we are doing a benefit for a young family here in Brantford, Ontario, who's had a terrible time, newborn baby, 6 months old actually, and anyways, to make a long story short, you can go on our Avalon Music Academy Facebook page and read about it. He needs medication, which costs an astronomical amount of money for this family, and we're trying to raise money. We are doing a benefit concert online on March 20th. And if you, a musician, first off, if you're a musician out there, a friend of mine from the Ontario group of musicians that we are, little force that we were in the 80s. if you want to do a short video, or not a short video, just do a song. Just do any song, your original song, promote yourself, and shoot it to me, or message me, and get the video in before March 14th. We'll have you on, and you can help out, say a few words if you like, or just play the song. Anybody who can, help out with this cause, and we're actually drawing some stuff, and one of the things we are drawing is this beautiful Seafoam Green. I think it's called that on the catalog. Epiphone SL, which is kind of a Les Paul Jr. I have one of these myself. It's an amazing guitar. What's amazing about it is this guitar is probably the cheapest guitar, most inexpensive guitar you can buy, that's going to basically, a pro could play this thing, because with a nice setup, couple tweaks, it's pretty incredible. As you can hear, it sounds pretty damn good. And this one's brand new. It was actually donated to us from one of our Avalon music families, the Martin family. Thank you so much. And there's a story behind it, but I'm just going to say it's brand new. As you can see, the tags are on it, not a scratch on it. And sorry if it sounded a little out of tune, because the strings are so brand new on it and they haven't been broken in yet. So check out our Avalon music page. I've shared that stuff on my page. If you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching it on YouTube, go to the Avalon Music Academy of Brantford page, or Dards D'Souza. My name is not Dards, by the way. For those of you who don't know me personally, my name is Darren. Just I explain that because a lot of people would always call me Dards, and that's just a pseudonym for my first name, Darrds. No one calls me Dards except for people on Facebook. But anyhow, help out with baby Marcel, March 20th. But if you can help out with a video, you can submit it anytime. The deadline to submit videos for that is March 14th. But please don't submit them on March 13th. If you are going to do that, just let me know, so I know I'm expecting it. And I'd love to see you guys perform, some of my old friends out there. And if you could help out, that would be great. Tune into our live stream this afternoon. Previews of songs. We're not doing anything very old. Isn't that amazing? The oldest song we do is Daniel Powter, Crazy All My Life. Best to You, Little Foo Fighters. According to You by Orianthi. I'm not going to be doing the leads on that, by the way. We're playing an acoustic version. And Too Many Hearts to Break by a great young rock artist out of Britain. Her name is Kelsey Carter, and my daughter Kaylee loves her. And she's a pretty amazing musician. Her songs are very, very cool, very accessible. Thanks for everybody out there who's been supporting Jacob D'Souza Music out there. And there'll be lots more. We've got a video coming out soon of Come Back to You, which will be it'll be on here. Keep commenting. Thank you YouTube. Thank you Facebook. Comment on anything you want. Happy birthday, Neil Sean, and have a great week. We'll see you.